Accounts or ledgers name and group names for use any accounts application or tally software part. 5 to 160. Rent received indirect names. 161. Repair and renovation indirect expenses. 162. Repairing charges received indirect incomes. 163. Return inward sales account. 164. Return outward purchase account. 165. Salary indirect expenses. 166. Salary and wages. Indirect expenses. 167. Salary payable current liabilities. 168. Sales account. 169. Sales return sales account. 170. Sales up, sales up sales account. 171. Scooter fixed assets. 172. Shares, bonds investments. 173. Shop fixed assets. 174. Shop expenses indirect expenses. 175. Shop rent indirect expenses. 176. Showroom, shop fixed assets. 177. Showroom repair indirect expenses. 178. Stable, städtische expenses indirect expenses. 179. Stamp and postage indirect expenses. 180. Stationery indirect expenses. 181. Stock, the 1st of April and the 31st of March. Stock in hand. 182. Stock of material current assets. 183. Sundry creditors 184. Sundry debtors 185. Tea express payable current liabilities. 186. Tea or coffee expenses indirect expenses. 187. Telephone expenses indirect expenses. 188. Telephone securities indirect expenses. 189. Trade expenses indirect expenses. 190. Train freight and rent direct expenses. 191. Traveling expenses indirect expenses. 192. Typewriter fixed assets. 193. Unearned income current liabilities. 194. UPTT, Uttar Pradesh trade tax, duties and taxes. 195. VAT payable current liabilities. 196. Vehicle repair indirect expenses. 197. Wages direct expenses. 198. Wages on reduction direct expenses. Thanks for watching. Please like, comments, share, subscribe and follow my channel for getting regular update.